Alright, you guys, I just want to make a really quick video. This was actually on my mind last night. I was talking to my wife about it. I was talking to her about how it doesn't take much to be an above average man. So, and that's kind of like my, just hang in with me here, you guys, while I process this thought. Give me a couple months and these videos are going to get a lot better. I'm starting to realize how hard it is to deliver a message, and not just convey the message, not just deliver the message, but convey a message that has a good story to it, so that you are able to understand what I am saying, the concept I'm delivering, etc., etc. All right. So over the past couple of years, there's been a bunch of debate online about how the average woman doesn't want the average man. And there's a ton of studies, statistics, research, and data that we have to prove that notion, which I completely agree with. The average woman does not want the average man. In fact, what you see, the average woman doesn't want the average man. And if you ever see the average woman with the average man, what ends up happening is that woman tends to be the leader of that relationship. Tends to be the person that's playing the masculine role. I'm in charge of this relationship. So when you do see an average woman with an average man, that's typically the dynamic between their relationship, which is not a good dynamic to have while you're in a relationship with a woman, because of what it tends to lead to and what research shows relationships like that lead to, which is inevitably divorce. Now, that does not mean that all relationships where women are in charge leads to a divorce. What it means is that if we were to flip a coin, it'd be almost a 50-50 chance. And sometimes it's even higher, because on average, it's the woman in the relationship that files for the divorce. It's really in between the 70 to 80% percentile. And then on top of that, there's all these different reasons that people file for, that women file for divorce. Irreconcilable, can't even say the word, but having differences, not agreeing on things, finances, infidelity, etc., whatever. There's a ton of different reasons you can file for divorce, but that's off topic. The average woman does not want the average man, doesn't want to be in relationship with the average man, because what you tend to see is that men marry at their level and below, while women marry at their level and above. And I think that there's actually good reason for that. There's actually really good reasons for women to marry at their level and above, because if a woman is going to get married to you, if she's going to give her life to you, then you should be someone that is worthy of taking on not just the challenge, but the demand that she will have to face through child rearing and raising up your children. So you have to be able to protect, provide, and take care of this person, because at the end of the day, women are the vulnerable sex. They're the vulnerable gender. We all know this. Now, on to the good part. It does not take much to be an above average man in the United States. All it takes is you making a little more, going to college, having education, having a skill, having hobbies, having a community, having friends, having some type of moral code that you believe in. Whether you follow Christianity, you follow Allah, you follow your Islam, not Islam, whether you're, Judaism, you follow Judaism, whatever, having some type of moral compass. These are like, 5 or 6, 7 different things I'm naming that will literally set you on top of becoming an above average man. It's genuinely not that difficult. But on average, what you see is dudes want to sit at home all day and play video games. Dudes don't want to go to work. Dudes that want to have their cake and eat it too. They don't want to learn anything. You don't want to get any education. You don't pick up a book. You don't get in community. You're awkward around people. You don't know how to talk. You don't get haircuts. You haven't invested in your aesthetic. You haven't done anything at all to invest in yourself that will make you above average, while at the same time you think you deserve an average to above average woman. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. That is not common sense. You can't not do any work and then on top of that declare that you deserve someone that quite literally wants you to work for her. If you feel like you want to deserve to have a good woman at home that's going to cook for you, clean for you, raise your children, and care for you, you got to put in the work. You have to put in the work and become someone that's worthy of being married to, being in relationship with, sacrificing for. And if you're not that, what's the point in someone settling down for you? And vice versa. You shouldn't just be getting married to somebody just because they're pretty. You shouldn't just get into a relationship with the girl just because she's pretty, just because she looks good, just because she makes you laugh every now and then. You should be getting in a relationship with someone who's educated, who has some type of moral compass, who's disciplined, who's unique to a degree, who's not an average woman, because average women tend to do average things, and on average, women divorce men. On average, women are running their relationships. On average, women are spinning men around in the circles. They're taking you in a circle. They're taking you in a loop. Yelling at you, arguing with you, constantly testing you, constantly wanting you to do X, Y, Z just to get the punani. You shouldn't have to be running around in circles just to please your wife, or just to make her feel like or just to please her, or make her feel, validated, XYZ. She should already be feeling validated for being a woman. But that's a little off the topic. But to get back on the topic, it doesn't take much to become an above average man. Have something good to talk about. Be educated. Go to college. I think right now women are dominating in colleges, where 60% of attendees at colleges are females. 40% are men. Just by being in college, you're already an above average man, because the average man isn't getting educated, isn't going to college. Make more than, I think, 70,000 a year. The average man doesn't make that much money. Having a good physique. The average guy does not have a well-rounded physique. Washing your face at night, not having pimples all over your face. Do whatever you have to do to become above average, and the dating game, the world literally is at your oyster. It becomes your oyster. It's like opening up clams and discovering that there's a little piece of meat in there that if you slurp on, might just taste a little good. especially if you bake it and put cheese on top. The world literally becomes your oyster, and you can have the pick of a litter. I ain't gonna say you can just get out here and, you know what I'm saying, like have anything you want, but you can get out here and have choice and have quality people that you can choose from, instead of just getting what comes at you. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video really fast. I think that's all I got for you guys about, well, obviously I could talk a lot more, but it does not take much to become above average. And for years, I want to say for probably like, 2026? I think since like 2022 or 2023, I've been like consuming like tons of content about like dating advice, XYZ from the manosphere. And I'm not saying a lot of these guys are wrong, because a lot of stuff they talk about with gender roles and XYZ is right to a degree. What I think a lot of these guys are messing up when it comes to the message is how extreme it is. And women aren't extreme. Women are not extreme people. So when a woman is dealing with a man that might be on an extreme, well, actually, women typically don't deal with men who are, but that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But basically what I'm trying to say is, the message I see wrong, what I see wrong with the message is that it's way too extreme. And genuinely, it does not take much to be the guy that the girl wants. You just have to work for it. You just have to be a man. Put the work in. And that's even that could even be a video for another day. Is like, what I feel like people don't know what a man, like in 2026. I'm starting to realize that men are losing sight of what being a man is, and I don't even think people know how to men know how to define what being a man is. And I feel like for a lot of us, we're all just discovering it. We're all figuring it out. And that's obviously just a process of life. But it does not take much to be an above average man. It doesn't. And I believe that if you put the work in, it's all going to work out for you. By getting educated, being educated, having something good to talk about, be a good person and be good to good people, get in community, work. And when you work hard, work as many hours as you possibly can. Have patience, be kind, be good. All right, none of this I'm saying be nice. Be honest, tell the truth. Mean what you say and say what you mean. Work out, eat healthy. Have a little drinky drink sometimes. Enjoy yourself sometimes, but don't overindulge in this stuff all the time, because addiction, you don't want to be the person that's dealing with addiction. But be good to good people. Be a good person. Get in community. Get educated. Work really hard. Enjoy yourself every now and then. And all of those things are automatically going to put you in a category that is above average, because the average guy isn't doing any of that. If not one thing, the rest they're not doing. And I know this as a fact. I'm a delivery driver. I'm a delivery driver. In my specific area that I live in, I'm everywhere with it. I see people every single day. I see the average person every single day. And I'm telling you as a fact. I'm telling you this as a fact. If you live by this criteria, the things I'm telling you, you will be above average fast as hell. But you got to get to work. Till the next video, we'll see you guys later.